Oh, welcome back to the show. Battle of the underachieving Super Bowl champions this Sunday. They won't use that in the promo. 3-4 Rams at the 3-5 Bucks. Here's Todd Bowles. Take a listen.
I think we have a bad taste in our mouth the last 3 weeks. We don't have time to worry about the bad taste of the Rams. We're trying to win a ball game, and that's all we're worried about.
How critical is this week to win?
They're all critical, They're all critical. We lost 3 in a row, like she said, and you got to get the next one in to feel better about yourself.
Ooh, must-win game for the Bucks.
Yeah, absolutely. This is basically an elimination game for both these teams.
Yikes!
And wow. I know you don't like me saying that. At some point, Coach, it's late enough in the season for us to talk like that. But here's the thing: not only do I think the Bucks will win, I think they're going to crush the Rams.
Crush them.
The Rams have, on a per-play basis, the worst offense in football. Think about that. We were just talking about Zach Wilson and the Jets. Now they had a great running game. We saw the Bears with Justin Fields, the struggles they've had. The Panthers with Baker for part of the year. The worst offense per play in the NFL is the Los Angeles Rams.
Worse than Trevor Lawrence?
They just had turnover issues, buddy. They actually moved the ball quite well. Grind some more all 22 before you talk about the Prince of the Promise like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, come on, try to keep up. So why is that? The Rams' offensive line is broken beyond recognition. The Bucks, what's the one thing this year, Wilds, they've done really well? They get after the quarterback. And so I think this is a terrible matchup for the Rams. I think, by the way, after this game, Tampa's got Seattle and Germany, and then Cleveland before Deshaun gets back. I think the Tampa could steady the ship a bit. Mm-hmm. So I do think I will be greatly concerned with Tampa, even in that division, bad division. If they were to lose this game, I don't think they will. I think it's a must-win, and they will win it.
Okay. I think they will win. I'm not nearly as confident as you because I was grinding the all-22, Broussard, me and Dusty, and for years. And here's how historically bad, Coach, I want to show you a graphic.
Okay.
The Bucks rushing is. The last 5 teams to rush for less than 62 yards per game.
Jeez.
It's the Bucks. It's the Lions from 1946. It's a team called the Boston Yanks.
Oh, I love
it's
that.
a baseball team, and then it's the Eagles. So I just feel like not enough big enough deal is being made of the fact that the Bucks cannot run the ball, Coach.
Yeah, in terms of this being a must-win game, Nick, I don't think it's a must-win game. I think it's a must-improve game. And the reason I say that is because of the division they're in.
Right.
The division, they're not going to get the number 1 seed, so they're going to have a chance to win the division just based off of what's happening in the division. But they've got to improve. And I'm going to see your graphic and raise you some points on what's happening here. This is graphic poker. So look, they rushed the least amount of any team at 20. But now their rush yards per game at 3.0. Just to put this in perspective, so you brought the historical in 62 yards. They have a chance to have the lowest combined rushing average since 2002. It's 672 seasons over that period. They have a chance to be the worst ever over that period.
Why he's the GOAT.
At 3.0. And then you look at their drops. And they've had their 7th in drops overall, but they're 2nd in the league in drops over the last 4 games. So they've got to improve that area. And then there's a continuity issue between Tom and his receivers. And I want to show you a play where, look, everybody wants to kill Tom because he's old. Let me just show you some of the things that are going on here. So here it is against Baltimore, where he got pressured the most he's been pressured. We've got a post safety. Mike Evans is going to run an inside breaking route against Marcus Peters. So there's a safety. There's Peters. And what he's got to do, you can't break inside. You've got to come downhill. Tom throws a second base throw. That's where you want it to be, low and inside. So watch it again. Tom goes back. Evans is running the inside breaking route. He's going to make the move. Clearly a post safety. Evans should see that. He knows he's coming inside. He can't break flat. You've got to come downhill because he doesn't. Not only does he not come downhill, but he doesn't even contest it with Peters, and that's why you have what you have here. And these types of things should not be happening.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It should not be happening.
Oh my God! You can read the post safety. What a dope! Mike Evans, give me a break.
See, Nick would have used that to say, "Oh, this is a throw that should have been an interception for Brady." Just like he did to Tua.
No, that's
last segment.
There's always other components to it.
Absolutely.
And Tom gets hit with some of these things where it's clearly where the throw has to go, and then you're looking like, oh, what a terrible throw. He's old. He must not be able to play. That's not the case. They first of all run the ball whether you get 3 yards or not.
Coach likes to run the ball even when it doesn't work, Take, more than anybody. He loves the even when it's not working, keep doing it.
No, Nick likes be one-dimensional even though that's not working.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Be as one-dimensional as you possibly scream to everybody, rush the passer with my 45-year-old quarterback and my line that's struggling to block. Let's do that with my receivers that need time to get downfield.
He raises.
I feel like this is deja vu. Because didn't we do this Tampa versus, was it Baltimore? Was it they played Baltimore?
Baltimore was Thursday.
It was a must-win game they needed, and I thought it was not a must-win for Tampa, but for the other. I think this is a must-win for the Rams.
Oh.
Because they got San Francisco to contend with. Like Coach said, yes, you want to win, obviously, if you're Tampa. You need a win badly, but they don't have a San Francisco in that division. They've already beaten Carolina and New Orleans. They'll get to Atlanta again, so they're in good shape, win or lose in this division, and that keeps it from being a must-win.
Done with the Rams.
Yeah, they're about a month out.
So you're already with the Rams, like they're already out?
What is
no chance?
Oh, here we go. Are we not getting to the? Oh,
What is
hold on,
that?
let me know.
Is this working?
Go ahead. Hold on.
Has this been accurate?
The Rams are done.
Bang the gavel.
That's
They're
it?
done. They can't protect
No
97.
shot?
I just did. What are you talking about?
It's over.
That's final. That's it.
It's over.
It's the law of the land now.
You
want
with
to
that?
ask the Tom Brady question?
I thought you were going. I was just waiting for it.
I know you were like Christmas morning for you. It's like,
No,
please
it's
ask me. All right. Other news. Tom Brady needs 164 yards on Sunday to reach 100,000. Nick, on a scale of 1 to 100,000, how impressive is this?
All right. So can I just say?
You were excited about this.
I was excited
I know,
about
sorry,
this
I didn't mean-
because when I saw this in the notes, I was like, wow, 100,000 passing yards. It feels like it was very recently he had 80,000. I was like, how is this the case? Then I realized this is playoffs and regular season combined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big playoffs and regular season combined stats should matter guy. But the whole world, most notably you, mocked me when I said, why are we not acknowledging that LeBron's passed Kareem? For the most
was a
points
LeBron?
ever.
And I
Yeah,
wonder why.
exactly right. Exactly right.
That's the only
Exactly
reason
right.
I'm excited.
Exactly
He didn't
right.
care less
And
about
now
Tom Brady.
that you guys, now that it's one of your guys, it's in the show. The 100,000 thing. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's 100,000 passing
Mahomes
yards.
could never reach
it's
this
it's 100,000
That's
passing
why he's
yards.
not bringing it up.
Yeah, but no, it just seems unfair.
I knew it.
It just
He's
seems
like, did you
unfair.
watch the replay? He's like,
I was just trying to get us to the topic.
and for the best segment in Thursday in all of television. That's fair.
I'll take it.
Take it. Got another letter from a concerned viewer. As I mentioned before, for the year 2022, we sure get a lot of actual physical mail. Here's what it says. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a real letter. We get a lot of them, and we address them.
Yeah, that's the wrong side. There you go.
Haven't opened up a letter in years. Dear Wilds, love the show. Tried to explain to my family what being on the Bud list actually means, but they refuse to take my word for it. Oh, here we go again. Please, can you once and for all put this debate to rest? Is it an inspiration or an indictment? Thank you, concerned loyal viewer.
Do I have to say it every week?
It seems like it.
It's an inspiration. Everybody on the Bud list I like. I pull for. I don't have guys I'm against like Nick Wright. I have individuals that I'm just like don't want to see do well.
Nick Wright.
Right. This is all about motivation, and we'll start this guy I really am fond of. Tom Brady at number
That's true,
3,
see?
all right? And they are indeed on the Bud list. They need some motivation. What they lost? 4 straight. 5 of their last 6 for the first time in his career. It is the worst season of his career, and they need to bounce back. Look, they won't be out of it mathematically, but my goodness, they need a victory. If it comes against the Rams, that's I know the Rams aren't having a great year, but still, they're the defending Super Bowl champs. That's the type of win that could propel them forward into being the contenders that we all think they are. So, number 2, look, I'm not that fond of this guy, but I did pick them to reach the Super Bowl, regrettably at this point. But Aaron Rodgers, all right, Rodgers, and this is real. Look, we know he's owned the Chicago Bears, right? He's also owned, probably not surprisingly, the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
He's 18-6 against them in his career. If they lose to the Lions, All right, now I hate to mention this guy again in my Bud list thing, but Nick thinks the Lions are great. They aren't. Nick thinks they're the best 1-6 team we've ever
What are you
seen.
even talking about?
You love the Lions.
that's not
All I heard last week was they're better than their record. Watch
That
out.
was 2
They're
weeks
going to beat
ago.
the Cowboys.
That was 2 weeks ago when I said they could cover against Dallas. No, I'm jumping in for a moment.
It was way
I
over the
said
top.
they could cover the 7.5 against Dallas, and they were down 4 and fumbled at the 1. So I stand by that take. I am not a Lions
I
fan.
heard they're better than their record maybe 20 times last week. All right, anyway, Aaron, they're
weeks
not.
ago.
You better beat the Lions. That's all I got to say. Again, the math, forget the math, because NFC is so mediocre that maybe mathematically they're alive. But their next 3 games after that, Nick, you'll love this. What? Dallas, you're a schedule guy. You're a schedule guy. Dallas, Tennessee, and Philadelphia. If they lose to the Lions, it's pretty much a wrap.
Well, you believe in them.
Real quick, just
They
because
beat the
you're
Lions,
name checking
I
me
know
so
that.
much. So they're your Super Bowl pick, right?
Yeah.
And they're still your Super Bowl pick, correct?
Because I do believe in
Okay,
taking
if they
integrity.
lose to the Lions, will they still be your
Well,
Super Bowl
let's
pick?
cross that bridge when we
Okay.
get to it.
All
All
right,
right,
no
let's
problem.
cross that bridge later. All right, number 1, Matthew Stafford.
Oh, boy.
I mean, just months away from hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, Stafford and the Rams are having an absolutely horrible season. Remember, guys, some on this show thought he might begin to make his Hall of Fame case. That was you. Instead of he's making a case that he's more like Nick Foles, who had a great run and won a Super Bowl, and maybe that's what Matt Stafford did. He caught lightning in a bottle. Because, Coach, his numbers this year are horrific. He's got 7 touchdowns. All right, there are 21, 22 quarterbacks with more touchdowns than him, and he's got 8 interceptions. That's tied for second in the league with Kenny Pickett, who's just a rookie and throwing the ball all over the place. So the Rams and the Bucks, they're playing each other. Both of them need a win. So one of these guys, he and his team are going to be in a world of hurt after this Sunday. So that is the Bud list.
If there wasn't a graphics team that put a lot of time and work into adding my person to the Bud list, I would audible and put Brew on the Bud list.
What?
Because that was the most disingenuous Bud list we've ever heard.
You think?
Yeah, I do think. Just drive-bys on me, and then his terrible Stafford take from last year, he then attributes
more of a
to
group- it was more
generally
groupthink, I
speaking.
think. It was more
No,
groupthink.
I challenge anyone to find a single piece of tape of me saying Matt Stafford would be a Hall of Famer. It doesn't exist. You know why? Because it was such a bad take. However, like Bruce said, it is an inspiration, not an indictment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a player that I historically root for and put a lot of flowers at the feet at on the Bud list.
Wow.
Inspire. Josh Allen, you're on the Bud list.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
they
Josh
talk about
Allen-
disingenuous.
Oh.
My God.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's an inspiration.
Inspiration,
Yeah.
and after Josh Allen, lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs, I came on television and said I fear Josh Allen. I respect Josh Allen, which is why I'm so disappointed in Josh Allen's performance against the Packers. When he played great for a half, it was on national television. Chris Collinsworth was trying to name the new MVP award after him, and then he was terrible. So there's his second half numbers against the Green Bay Packers this week, and now you are playing the New York Jets with their top 5 pass defense, top 5 passer rating allowed, top 5 in interceptions, and a young man named Sauce Gardner. Now Vegas expects you all to annihilate the Jets. They're 2 touchdown favorites.